Yo guys, what's going on? Dominic here from Ignition Hub. In today's video, we have a beautiful 2021 BMW 330i, and today I'm going to be reviewing it. Before I get into the review, I want to give a massive shout out to BMW Mount Laurel and Amber for helping me do this. I was going to look at a BMW M4 today, but I kind of messed up because I didn't call ahead and the car is in transit. It's not even here. So bad on my part, but we have a beautiful substitute for the M4. It's not an M4, obviously, but it's a BMW and it's a new one. So we're going to be going over everything you have to know about it, the exterior, the interior, and the specs of the car. All right, so starting with the front of the car. Now this is the G chassis, so in 2019 they changed it up a little bit and they redesigned the entire car. I'm talking about from the ground up. Everything's different on it, the interior, exterior, everything, and I think they did an amazing job on it. I mean, just look at the front, look at the headlights, the nice LED daytime running lights they have up here. BMW has really nice distinctive headlights. One of my favorite things about BMWs are the headlights, how aggressive they are, and the LED technology that BMW has in their headlights. It's like almost adaptive, lighting, and it's actually really cool. So down here you have this really nice splitter down here. You have actual, air ducts that can flow through. Talking about the kidney grille, obviously, is a big distinctive feature on BMWs. That's what they're known for. Now, on the 3 Series, they look really nice. They look really, they fit the car, per se. On the 4 Series and on the bigger ones, I have no idea why they made the kidney grille so big. They're not even, I won't even classify them as kidney grilles anymore. They're more like, they look like lungs almost, how big they are. It just doesn't make any sense. This design just looks so much nicer. And on the M340i, the M version of this car, the car looks amazing. That's how the new M3s and M4 should have looked in my opinion, but it's BMW, it's their design, so I'm not gonna question it. Fun fact about these grills though, they do open. They open up when it gets hot to let that air flow through and cool the engine off. So also you have the black spare, like I said, down here. You have this really nice corner right here, like I said, with air flows through here. Coming along to the side of the car, very nice. It's a very nice side. You have this kind of a line down here. You can see that line that follows all the way through to the rear. Line right here. BMWs are kind of distinctive for their lines and their sharp cuts. The rims on here are some 18-inch alloys. Really nice looking rims, nothing crazy about it. Coming along to the back of the car, I do like the back of the car. Very, very nice back end. Nice LEDs here. This is the X-Drive version, so you have the X-Drive badge right there, badging right there. You have a dual outlet exhaust. And it is finished in this beautiful, looks like a burnt orange almost color. In the sun, you can really see that metallic come out in the sun, and it's just a beautiful car. And now I'm gonna be jumping into the interior, and I'm gonna be talking about all the changes that have been made throughout the years and how much technology they have and how nice and beautiful the inside really is on this car. All right, so jumping into the interior of the car, this is the key fob. It's new for the G chassis, which is really nice. Now it's a 2021, so keyless entry is a thing. Pops right open. Now before I jump into the car, I'm gonna talk about the door stills right here, the door panels. Really nice soft touch material here. You have your aluminum door releases right here. You have your unlocks, you have your seat controls, you have your window automatic switches up and down, mirror controls. Very nice, nicely laid out door panel. Now jumping into the interior, you have your BMW sill down here. As soon as you jump in, you see this beautiful, beautiful digital display they have. It's kind of hard to pick up on camera. We're going to do some B-roll so you can actually see how nice it really is. You have your lighting controls down here. Your steering wheel is really nice, leather wrapped wheel, has all your controls on there, everything you need. It is heated also. Right down there is your heat option. Power shifters are really nice. They feel great. I'm going to be talking about the transmission and how good the transmission is. I think it's one of the better transmissions, and a lot of car manufacturers actually use this transmission, and some will surprise you who actually uses this transmission in their cars. Like I said, dash is really nice. All the materials they use in this are very high quality. All right, so moving along the infotainment center in this car, it's really nice. Everything is laid out perfectly. You have all your options. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, very fast, responsive display, which is great. BMW and their technology is wonderful. Coming along down here, you have your HVAC controls. Everything is set up perfectly. You have your LED little screen right here to give you a nice readout. Down here, you have your radio controls. And if you pop this open, you have your wireless charging and a charging USB port, which is really cool. And you can get a look at how nice the wood grain is right here. I like this dark oak. It really fits the theme of the black on black, which is really nice. Down here, you have a smaller little display, or a little control center, I should say, not display. You have your quick shortcuts. So you have, your radio, you have your home, map, navigation at the touch of your hand down here. On this side, you have your traction, auto start stop. You have your start stop button, which is down, instead of it being here, it's actually down here now. And you have your sport, comfort, and economy, everything that's at the touch of your hand, and it's really nicely laid out. And BMW is very intuitive in their stuff, because it is a German car. So now I'm going to come along and I'm going to show you the seats and how nice the seats are, and the interior as a whole. All right, so talking about the seat, it is new for the G chassis. I like to redesign everything they did with it. Really nice pattern they have here. Nice bolstering on either side, and you have your controls right down here for the bolsters, and you have your switches right here, power controlled seats. And also you have leg support right here, pop out to give you that extra support that you need. So now that I'm done talking about the interior, I'm gonna be talking about the specs of the car. Now this isn't the M edition, this is just a 330i, and it's not gonna have amazing performance, but it's gonna have, definitely some pretty nice power. All right, so before I talk about the specs of the car, I do wanna mention the back seats because it is a sedan. So jumping into the back seats, there is a lot of room back here. Really nice materials are used throughout the entire car, and it does not lack any comfort back here. You have a really nice HVAC control system right here, and you do have lightning charging connectors, which is really cool. So your passengers don't feel left out at all. They do have, comfort features back here, and really nice, for road trips or wherever you have to go, really nice back seat. So now we're going to be talking about the specs of the car. All right, so talking about the specs of the car. Now this is a 330i, this is not the M340i. Now that one has an inline six. This one only has a 4-cylinder. It's a 4-cylinder 2.0 engine. It makes about 255 horsepower, 295 foot-pounds. It's not a bad engine for the car because the car weighs about 3,500 pounds. Now BMW has been kind of getting away with using the inline sixes in their cars, or I should say these, because all the other ones like the old E90 generations, like the 328s, even the 335i's, they all used inline sixes. BMW's been, getting smaller because of their emission regulations, so they've been putting their 4 cylinders in most of their cars now. And it's not a bad engine. It's a reliable engine. It does what it has to do. It's not going to, set any records by any means. I don't really know how much aftermarket support there really is for their 4 cylinders. I know their inline sixes have one of the best aftermarket supports because it's one of the best engines. It's very unique to, the German cars, the inline sixes, very smooth experience. This engine still is smooth and it's still a great engine. It's just, I do miss the inline sixes in most of their BMW products. Now, real quick before I, end the video, I want to talk about the transmission in this car. Now, this transmission is a 8-speed ZF transmission that has been used in a lot of cars. I'm talking about big names like Aston Martin, BMW, Audi, all of them. Aston Martin, believe it or not, uses a ZF transmission, very, very similar to this one. So it has some of that characteristic of, I shouldn't say characteristic, but it definitely shares some DNA with, those exotic cars, if that makes you feel better. But I just wanted to mention that real quick. But that pretty much sums up this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Yo guys, what's going on? Dominic here from the Ignition Hub. Ignition Hub. My mouth is dry. Do you have water, Phil? You got water in your car? The car, now everything's been changed because this is, what do you mean everything's been changed? Like they know that. Everything's been changed. Everything's been changed. Keyless entry, it's a 2021, so put your hand right there. Oh no. All right, so moving along to the front. All right. I'm messing up on purpose, not feeling it. All right. So I'm gonna be talking about the seats now and how nice the seats are. I messed up. You stay. You stay. You stay, big boy.